But now we're taking it to my review for The Accountant 2. Now I can't lie, I've had a few people message me and be like, yo, what's this film saying? Um, because in my opinion, the first Accountant film was a sleeper hit. And it was a film that not many people knew about, but I think with the marketing for the second one, people have gone back to find out about the first one. Um, but yeah, I've been looking forward to this for this film. I really enjoyed the first one. Like I just said, it was a sleeper hit in my opinion. Ben Affleck is back, and he's joined once again by Jon Bernthal, two actors I highly rate, especially when they are playing intense, layered characters. I was curious to see where they would take this unique blend of action thriller and character drama in the sequel, because you can't really rehash what you did in the first one. Just a quick recap of what The Accountant is all about if you missed the first one. The gist is basically the accountant the film follows a character called Christian Wolf, played by Ben Affleck, who's a mathematical genius with high functioning autism who lives a double life. He's a mill-mannered accountant by day and then an elite mercenary for hire by night. He secretly uncovers financial crimes for a dangerous organization, all while staying one step ahead of the law. And the first movie was part action thriller, part character study with a surprising emotional core. In the second one, we are following a treasury agent, Mary Beth Medina, who was in the first movie. That character is forced to reconnect with Christian after someone close to her is murdered by mysterious assassins. Chris, who's now working alongside his estranged and deadly brother Brax, played by Jon Bernthal, dives into the case using his unmatched skills and unorthodox methods. But as they get closer to the truth, they attract the attention of some serious, no-joke killers, and these killers will do anything to shut them down. So with that said, I'm happy to say I enjoyed the movie. Thank you to Teo, who I was a +1 for. This was at the Everyman Cinema, Warner Brothers. They niced us, man. They gave drinks. There was like canapes, loads of food. Most food I've seen at a screening for a little while. And the Everyman, where is it again? Borough Market, which is really nice. I've never been to that cinema before. Really, really nice. So the whole evening was nice. And it was coming out of the cinema, I was happy that I enjoyed the film. There's nothing worse than going somewhere kind of far and then the film just being absolute rubbish. So I'm happy to say I enjoyed the movie. It delivers more on what worked in the first film. And when I came out of the film, my score was higher than it is. And I'll tell you what my score is after I tell you what I like and don't like. I was super excited when I came out. I was like, it was this, it's this. But then I'd say after sleeping on it, typing up my review, going through the things that I liked, what I didn't like, there are a few flaws that do stick out to me. So what works in the film? Bigger budget, bigger impact. The production level has stepped up big time. You feel every gunshot, every punch. The sound design and action sequences are extremely immersive and intense. The main magic in the film is Affleck and Bernthal. They are the heart of the movie, and it's the bond between Christian and Brax is just makes the film just such a wonderful watch. Their chemistry is fantastic and surprisingly emotional. Jon Bernthal has this way of being the hard nut, but then at the same time being extremely emotional. And you could really connect with his character while watching this film. There's one set piece between the brothers that I was just grinning the entire time. I've got younger brothers, so I connected with that element in the film. And yeah, it does. Yeah, if you've got brothers or siblings, you'll know what I mean when you watch that. There's a certain bit in the film, and you know when it comes out, if you do watch it, you'll know what I'm on about. But with that said, I honestly wish the movie focused on them more. I think they could have done a lot more with that brother connection. I think they had one foot in and one foot out because there were other elements of the film that they wanted to try and keep in, but I think they should have honed in on that brother magic between Ben Affleck and Jon Bernthal. And visually, the film is sharper. The cinematography, fight choreography, when it does happen in the movie, extremely tight, clean, and a clear upgrade from the first film. What could be better? First of all, the runtime. The film is 2 hours and 4 minutes. Now, on paper, that's not a super long film, even though I do this style of movie, for me, hour 30, hour 45 max. I just think these films do really well in a neat and tidy, concise package. But 2 hours and 4 minutes isn't too long, but the film does feel long. They could have easily trimmed 50 minutes and tightened the pacing. Even the ending just felt like it just, you're like, all right, come on now. I get what you guys are doing, but just make it end. Just make it end. But it just kept on going and going and going. Another thing that could have been better, the story. The plot is serviceable, but there are elements of it being predictable. Some of the story beats lack a clear motivation. Some things just happen. You're like, why didn't they flesh that bit out? And like I said, the final act, it just felt a bit rushed and a little bit messy. Just not cohesive enough. And for me, there isn't enough focus on the emotional core, which is that brother bond in the film. I think the film doesn't always know that it has this special bond between these two brothers, and with the side plots, they distract rather than deepen that story. I think they should do it the other way, where the brotherly bond is heart and center, front of mind, and then these other things are getting in the way, which constrain that relationship. And that, I think, would make this type of movie better, because us as the viewer would connect with that more, because we're seeing an emotional strain on their relationship, and no one wants to see that between two siblings, do they? But look, despite its flaws, I still recommend going to watch this in the cinema, especially if you're a fan of the first movie, or if you're just in for a cool action movie. The brother dynamic between Ben Affleck and Jon Bernthal, it does carry the whole film. And it does make the weaker elements easier to overlook. So yeah, with that said, The Accountant 2 hit cinemas on the 24th of April, and I'm giving it a solid Lowry 3.5 out of 5 stars.